Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with Thomas.
Hi there. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a topic that we all experience, shopping for groceries. It's an everyday task, and it's also a great opportunity to practice small talk.
Exactly. By listening to this episode, you'll not only improve your English listening and communication skills, but also learn how to use the language when doing your daily shopping. Small talk at the grocery store can be a fun and simple way to engage with others.
We'll also be sharing some useful phrases and expressions for grocery shopping and discussing how you can make conversations about products, prices, and preferences feel natural. So let's dive in.
So, Thomas, let's start with the basics. When you go grocery shopping, what's the first thing you think about?
For me, the first thing is usually making a list. I like to be organized, so I don't forget anything I need.
That's smart. I often just go to the store and decide while I'm there. What about talking with other shoppers or the store staff? Do you find yourself making small talk?
Yes, sometimes. I might ask someone if they've tried a product I'm curious about, or just talk to the cashier about how busy it is. Small talk helps make the shopping experience a bit more enjoyable, don't you think?
Definitely. Plus, it's a great way to practice speaking. Listeners, if you're shopping and someone strikes up a conversation, try to engage politely. It's a great chance to practice.
One common situation when grocery shopping is needing help to find something. Jennifer, how do you ask a store employee for assistance?
I usually say something like, "Excuse me, can you help me find the pasta?" It's simple and polite.
Right. A good way to start is with "excuse me" or "sorry to bother you," followed by what you're looking for. And don't forget to thank them afterwards.
Exactly. It's also helpful to know some phrases like, "Where can I find baby milk?" Or "Is there a section for apple?" These are useful for navigating the store efficiently.
Listeners, remember that the more you use these phrases, the more natural they will become in your daily conversations.
Let's talk about prices. Thomas, have you ever discussed the price of something with another shopper?
Oh yes, especially when I notice a sale. I might say, "Wow, these apples are really cheap today." It's a simple way to start a conversation.
That's a good point. You can also ask for recommendations by saying, "Do you know if this brand is good?" It makes the shopping experience more interactive.
Exactly. And it's not just about the products. You can also comment on the store itself. "This store always has great deals." Or, "It's so crowded today." All of these are good ways to practice small talk. Another way to engage in small talk while shopping is by discussing your preferences. For example, if I see someone picking up a certain brand of cereal, I might say, "I usually get that one too. It's my favorite."
That's a great strategy. It makes the conversation feel more personal. You can also share your own preferences like, "I prefer organic vegetables," or "I always buy the store brand because it's cheaper."
Yes, sharing opinions can lead to interesting conversations. Listeners, don't be afraid to talk about your preferences when you're out shopping. It's a great way to make the experience more social.
One place where small talk naturally happens is at the checkout. How do you usually start a conversation with the cashier, Thomas?
It's easy to say something like, "It's really busy in here today," or comment on the weather. Cashiers are used to making small talk, so they'll usually respond.
Exactly. Or you can ask them how their day is going. A simple "How's your day been?" can lead to a friendly conversation.
And don't forget to end the interaction with a thank you. And maybe you have a great day. It's a nice way to leave a positive impression.
Thomas, when you're out shopping for groceries, do you ever ask about sales or discounts?
I do, especially if I notice something on display. I might ask, "Is this item on sale, or are there any discounts available on this product?" It's always good to save a little money where you can.
That's true. Sales can be a great conversation starter as well. You could also say something like, "I didn't realize this was on sale." Or wow, this is a good deal. It's easy to start a friendly chat that way.
Exactly. And for those of you listening, this is another practical way to practice small talk in a real-world setting. Just remember to be polite and respectful when talking to the store staff about sales and discounts.
Good advice. And don't forget that phrases like, is there a discount if I buy more? Or do you have any special offers today? Can be useful when you're looking for savings. It's also a great way to engage with other shoppers.
One of my favorite places to make small talk is in the produce section. There are always so many fresh options, and it's easy to strike up a conversation with someone.
I agree. You could ask someone, do you know if these strawberries are sweet? Or have you tried these apples before? These questions feel natural because people often have opinions about fruits and vegetables.
Yes, or you can share your own tips like, I always check if the avocados are ripe by pressing lightly on the skin, or these tomatoes are perfect for making a fresh salad. It's a way to share something useful and start a conversation.
Exactly. You might even learn something new from the person you're talking to. It's a great way to practice your English and learn some tips for grocery shopping at the same time.
And listeners, remember that grocery shopping doesn't have to be a silent experience. Take these opportunities to practice your speaking skills and connect with others in small ways.
Another great small talk topic while grocery shopping is healthy eating. You can always ask someone, what's your go-to snack for a healthy diet?
That's a good one. People love sharing their knowledge about food, especially if they're into healthy eating. I've had a few good conversations where someone recommended a recipe or a healthy alternative to something I was buying.
Right, and you could also mention your own habits, like, I try to buy organic vegetables when I can, or I'm looking for something high in protein but low in sugar. This can lead to more detailed conversations about eating habits.
Yes, and it's also a good way to exchange ideas and get inspired. So don't hesitate to ask for suggestions or share your own tips with others in the store.
Listeners, if you're interested in improving your English skills while learning more about healthy eating, try to use these phrases next time you're at the grocery store. It's both educational and practical.
Jennifer, do you think shopping for a special occasion, like a holiday or a dinner party, is another good opportunity for small talk?
Absolutely. People are often more willing to chat when they're shopping for something special. You could say something like, I'm looking for ingredients for a holiday dinner. Have you tried this recipe? Or I'm making a dish for a party and I need something special.
Exactly. And it's not just about the ingredients. You can ask about how to prepare or cook certain items, like, do you know how to roast this properly? Or, I've never cooked with this spice before, any tips? It's a great way to get advice and practice your English.
Right, and even if you're not celebrating a big event, you can still ask, what would you recommend for a family dinner?
And of course, everyone loves sharing their favorite recipes or cooking tips, so you'll likely get a good response. Don't be shy about starting these conversations.
Let's not forget about the growing conversation around sustainability when it comes to grocery shopping. Have you ever talked to someone about this while shopping, Thomas?
I have. It's a really interesting topic these days. You can ask someone, do you prefer buying local produce? Or what's your take on using reusable bags? These are simple but meaningful conversation starters.
Definitely. You could also share your own habits like, I try to avoid plastic packaging whenever possible. Or I always buy organic when I can because it's better for the environment. It's a good way to practice expressing your opinions.
And people usually have strong opinions about these things, so it can lead to a more engaging conversation. You can even ask, what's your favorite eco-friendly product? Or how do you reduce waste when shopping?
These types of conversations not only help you practice your small talk skills, but also allow you to engage in meaningful discussions about sustainability.
Exactly. And it's a way to connect with others who share similar values while improving your English.
Thomas, what do you think about starting a conversation with someone in the grocery store about their favorite brands? Do you think it's a good way to make small talk?
Yes, absolutely. People often have strong preferences when it comes to brands, especially for things like snacks, beverages, or even cleaning products. You could say something like, "Do you have a favorite brand of cereal?" Or, "What brand of coffee do you usually buy?" It's a natural way to start a conversation.
That's a good point. You can also share your own preferences, like, "I always buy this brand because it's organic," or "I love this brand because it's gluten-free." It's an easy way to give your opinion while keeping the conversation going.
Exactly, and it's a good way to exchange recommendations. You might say, "I've never tried this brand before. Do you think it's good?" Or, "I've been looking for a new brand of yogurt. Any suggestions?" It's a practical and fun way to engage.
And let's not forget that asking about specific brands can lead to longer conversations where you learn something new about different products. It's a great way to practice speaking in English while doing something as simple as shopping.
Yes, and as always, make sure to be polite and show interest in what the other person is saying. It's all about building connections, even if they're brief.
Thomas, how often do you go grocery shopping? I think this is another good small talk topic, talking about how often people shop and what their habits are.
I usually shop once a week, but sometimes I have to make extra trips if I run out of something. It's a good topic to bring up in conversation. You could ask, "Do you shop every week?" or "How often do you come to this store?" It's a simple way to start chatting.
Yes, and it opens up more opportunities for conversation. You could follow up with, "I try to plan my meals for the week, but sometimes I forget something." Or, "I like coming here on weekends when it's less crowded." It's relatable for almost everyone.
Definitely. You might also say, "I usually stock up on groceries once a week," or "I prefer shopping on weekdays because it's quieter." These are everyday experiences that people can easily talk about.
And remember, listeners, that talking about your shopping habits is a great way to connect with others and practice your English. The more you engage, the better your skills will become.
Exactly. So next time you're at the store, don't hesitate to strike up a conversation about grocery shopping habits. It's a great way to break the ice.
Another good topic to bring up while shopping is new products. You could ask someone, "Have you tried this new product?"
That's a great idea. People are often curious about new items, so it's a natural conversation starter. You might even discover something new yourself by talking to others about what they've tried.
Exactly. And you can add your own experiences, like, "I just tried this new snack, and it's delicious." Or, "I'm thinking about trying this. Have you heard anything about it?" It keeps the conversation light and engaging.
And it's an easy way to practice giving opinions in English. You could also ask for recommendations, like, "Do you know if this is worth buying?" Or, "Is there a product you recommend I try?" It's a fun way to connect with others.
And even if the person hasn't tried the product, you've started a conversation that could lead to other topics. It's all about being open and willing to talk.
That's right. So don't be afraid to ask about new products and share your own thoughts. It's a simple but effective way to practice English in a real-world setting. Jennifer, another great topic for small talk while shopping is budgeting. You could say something like, "I try to stay within a budget when I shop. How about you?"
That's a great one. Many people are concerned about budgeting these days, so it's something a lot of shoppers can relate to. You might also ask, "Do you have any tips for saving money on groceries?" Or, "I try to use coupons. Do you?" It's practical and can lead to a helpful conversation.
Exactly. You could also share your own strategies, like, "I always compare prices before I buy," or "I stick to a shopping list to avoid overspending." These kinds of tips can open up a longer discussion.
And for those of you listening, this is another way to improve your small talk skills while discussing a topic that's relevant to everyone. You can learn new things and share your own experiences.
Yes, and it's also a good way to practice talking about numbers and money in English, which can sometimes be tricky. It's an easy and useful topic to bring up during your shopping trip.
Thomas, do you ever use grocery delivery services? I think that's another interesting topic to talk about while shopping.
I do sometimes, especially when I'm too busy to go to the store. It's a good way to start a conversation. You might ask, have you ever tried grocery delivery? Or what do you think about online grocery shopping? People often have strong opinions about this.
Yes, and you could share your own thoughts. Like, I like grocery delivery because it saves me time. Or I prefer going to the store in person because I like to pick out my own food. It's another simple but engaging topic.
And it's great for practicing your English because you can talk about the pros and cons of each option. You could ask, do you think it's worth the extra cost? Or how do you find the quality of delivered groceries? It's a conversation that can go in many directions.
Exactly, and even if the person you're talking to doesn't use delivery services, it could still lead to a discussion about shopping habits and preferences.
So don't be afraid to ask about new services like grocery delivery. It's a modern topic that a lot of people are interested in, and it's a great way to practice English in a meaningful way.
Thomas, what do you think about discussing organic or local products when making small talk? A lot of people these days are into organic or locally sourced food.
Oh, that's a fantastic topic. You could ask someone, do you buy organic products? Or do you prefer to buy local food? Many people are passionate about their choices, so it's an easy conversation starter.
Exactly. And you can share your own preferences, like, I try to buy organic whenever I can because it's healthier, or I prefer local produce because it's fresher. It's a personal opinion, and people often enjoy discussing it.
And even if someone doesn't buy organic or local food, you could still learn about their reasons and habits. It could be as simple as, I buy whatever's on sale, or I've heard organic food is better, but I haven't tried it yet. Conversations like these are great for practicing speaking about opinions.
Yes, and it also gives you the chance to use new vocabulary like sustainable, ethical, or locally sourced. You're practicing your English while learning about food choices.
Exactly. And it's a topic that can lead to longer discussions, so it's perfect for improving small talk skills while also talking about something relevant and interesting.
Thomas, another fun idea for grocery shopping small talk could be asking for recipe ideas. People love sharing their favorite recipes.
Definitely. You could say something like, I'm looking for a new recipe to try. Do you have any favorites? Or, I'm thinking of making pasta for dinner. Any suggestions? It's a great way to engage with someone and exchange ideas.
Right, and you can also share your own, like, I tried this new recipe last week, and it was amazing. Or, I'm planning to make a stir-fry tonight. Do you have any tips? It's practical and gets people talking about food, which everyone enjoys.
Exactly, and it's a natural way to extend the conversation. You could ask, do you cook often? Or what's your go-to recipe when you're busy? These questions are easy and open-ended, encouraging longer discussions.
And for our listeners, this is another great example of how to use English in everyday situations. Asking for recipe ideas can be a way to bond over food and culture, while also practicing speaking skills.
Yes, plus, you get to learn new recipes and cooking techniques. It's a win-win situation.
Thomas, do you think people would be open to talking about their favorite grocery stores? It could be another simple small talk topic.
For sure, people often have a favorite store where they shop regularly. You could ask, do you usually shop here? Or is this your favorite grocery store? It's a casual way to start a conversation.
And you could follow up with your own experience, like, I come here because they have a great selection of fresh produce. Or I like this store because it's convenient. You're not only engaging in small talk, but also sharing your preferences.
Yes, and it could even lead to more discussions about other stores like, have you been to the new market downtown? Or, I've heard this other store has better prices. Have you tried it? It keeps the conversation flowing.
Exactly, and for our listeners, these are simple and effective ways to practice speaking English while doing your daily shopping. You'll be surprised how many people are willing to chat about their favorite stores.
Absolutely. It's about being friendly and showing interest in others' shopping habits. This can really help you improve your conversation skills in English.
Thomas, have you ever started a conversation with someone by talking about deals or discounts at the store?
Yes, I have. It's another good small talk topic. You could ask, have you found any good deals today? Or do you usually shop when there are sales? People love to talk about how much they're saving.
That's so true. You could also share your own experience, like, I found a great deal on fruit today, or I always look for discounts in the bakery section. It's a casual way to connect while shopping, and it's useful because it can lead to a longer conversation. You might say, I've been trying to save more money on groceries. Do you have any tips? Or do you usually use coupons? It's a practical and engaging topic. Right, and for our listeners, this is another everyday conversation you can have while practicing your English. It's about learning to make small talk and finding common ground with people.
Yes, and talking about discounts or sales is something most shoppers are interested in, so don't hesitate to bring it up next time you're at the store.
Thomas, what do you think about starting a conversation about shopping for special occasions? It's another easy topic.
That's a good one. You could say something like, are you shopping for anything special? Or are you preparing for a holiday or event? It's a fun way to start a chat.
Yes, and you could share your own plans, like, I'm shopping for a birthday party, or I'm getting ready for a big family dinner this weekend. It's a great way to extend the conversation.
And you could also ask about the other person's plans, like, do you have any big events coming up? Or what do you usually cook for special occasions? It's an easy way to get to know someone better.
Exactly. And for our listeners, discussing special occasions is a great opportunity to practice your English while talking about something exciting. It's another chance to improve your speaking and listening skills.
Yes, and it's also a way to learn more about different cultures and traditions. It's a simple conversation starter, but it can lead to deeper discussions.
Thomas, how about discussing shopping habits? Everyone has their own way of approaching grocery shopping.
That's true. You could start with, do you make a list before going grocery shopping? Or do you prefer to shop weekly or just when you need something? These are simple, relatable questions.
Exactly. And you can easily follow up with your own habits. Like, I always try to stick to a list, but I end up buying more than I planned. Or I usually shop on Sundays because it's less crowded. People enjoy talking about their routines.
Yes, and this can lead to more interesting conversations. For example, do you like meal planning? Or do you stick to a budget when you shop? These kinds of questions encourage the other person to share more, which makes the small talk flow naturally.
Right. For our listeners, asking about grocery shopping habits is a simple way to make small talk. You're talking about something everyone does, so it's an easy topic to engage in.
Plus, you're practicing your English while learning how people approach their daily tasks. It's an excellent way to improve your speaking skills while staying relatable.
Thomas, what about comparing grocery stores? Some people are really loyal to certain stores.
Yes, you can ask, do you always shop at this store? Or have you tried the new store that just opened? It's a great way to start a conversation.
Absolutely. And you can share your own thoughts, like, I shop here because they have great deals on fresh produce, or I like going to this store because it's closer to my home. It gives the conversation a personal touch.
Yes, and you could also compare prices or product selections. You might say, I find this store has better prices for meat, or I think the bakery here is the best. This way, you're keeping the conversation interesting and informative.
Exactly, and for our listeners, comparing grocery stores is a simple and effective way to practice small talk. It's a topic that's easy to relate to and can keep the conversation going.
Right, and don't be afraid to express your opinions or ask questions. It's all about engaging and practicing your English skills.
Thomas, food preferences can also be a great small talk topic. It's easy to start with something simple, like, what's your favorite food?
That's a good idea. Everyone has a favorite dish, and asking about it is an easy way to get people talking. You could ask, do you have a favorite meal you cook often? Or what's your go-to comfort food?
Yes, and you can share yours too, like, I love making pasta, or I always crave sushi when I'm hungry. It's a way to connect through food, which is a topic most people enjoy.
And it can lead to longer discussions. You might ask, do you like cooking at home, or do you prefer eating out? Or have you ever tried making your favorite dish at home? It opens up the conversation for more interesting exchanges.
Exactly. For our listeners, discussing favorite foods is a great small talk starter that can help you practice talking about likes, dislikes, and everyday habits.
Plus, you get to learn about different cuisines and cooking styles while improving your conversation skills.
Thomas, another interesting topic could be international foods. You could start by asking, have you ever tried any international dishes?
Yes, that's a good one. You could follow up with, what's your favorite cuisine? Or do you enjoy trying new foods from other countries? It's an easy way to get people sharing their food experiences.
And you can share your own, like, I love Italian food, especially pizza and pasta, or I recently tried sushi, and it was amazing. It's an engaging topic that can spark a lot of conversation.
Definitely, and you can ask for recommendations, like, what's the best international dish you've had? Or do you have a favorite restaurant that serves international food? It keeps the discussion flowing.
Right, and for our listeners, this is another way to practice talking about different cultures while improving your English. Food is universal, so it's a great way to connect with people.
Absolutely. And you'll be learning new vocabulary related to food, culture, and dining, making it a useful small talk topic.
Thomas, what do you think about giving grocery shopping tips as a small talk topic?
That's a great idea. You could say, do you have any tips for saving money when shopping? Or how do you manage your grocery shopping budget? It's practical and interesting.
Yes, and you can share your own tips, like, I always check for deals before I go shopping, or I try to buy seasonal fruits and vegetables because they're cheaper. It's helpful and keeps the conversation going.
Exactly. You could also ask about shopping strategies, like, do you shop once a week or multiple times? Or do you use any apps to find discounts? These questions can lead to longer discussions and are easy to answer.
For our listeners, this is another useful small talk topic. Giving and receiving shopping tips can help you practice speaking about everyday activities while learning something new.
Yes, and it's a practical way to improve your English while connecting with people about something we all do: grocery shopping.
Thomas, a popular topic these days is organic and healthy food options. You could start by asking, do you prefer organic products when shopping for groceries?
Absolutely. Many people are interested in health and nutrition. You could follow up with questions like, what do you think about organic food? Is it worth the price? This can lead to a great discussion about health choices.
Right, you can share your thoughts too, like, I try to buy organic fruits and vegetables when I can, or I believe in the benefits of eating whole foods. It shows your perspective and invites others to share theirs.
Exactly. You might also ask, do you read labels when buying food? Or what do you look for when choosing healthy options? These questions can get people talking about their habits and preferences.
For our listeners, discussing organic and healthy options is a fantastic way to engage in small talk. It's relevant and encourages thoughtful conversation.
Plus, it's an opportunity to learn about nutrition and make better choices while practicing your English skills.
Another interesting angle could be discussing special diets. You might start with, do you follow any specific diet?
That's a great conversation starter. Many people have dietary restrictions or preferences, whether it's vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free. You could follow up with questions like, how do you find suitable options when shopping?
Exactly. You could share, I tried going vegetarian for a month, and it was challenging but rewarding. Or I love trying new vegan recipes at home. Sharing experiences makes the conversation relatable.
And you can ask about their experiences too, like, what's your favorite dish that fits your diet? Or have you ever tried a new diet? What was it like? These questions invite personal stories, which can deepen the conversation.
For our listeners, discussing special diets is another effective way to practice small talk. It's a topic that resonates with many people and helps you connect.
Definitely. It encourages discussions about health and personal choices while improving your English vocabulary.
Thomas, sharing personal experiences can also make for great small talk. You might say, what was your most memorable grocery shopping experience?
Yes, that's a fun topic. People love sharing funny or surprising stories. You could ask, have you ever had an embarrassing moment while shopping?
Exactly. Sharing stories makes the conversation lively. For instance, you could say, I once forgot my wallet and had to leave my cart. These anecdotes make small talk more engaging.
And you can also ask, what's the strangest item you've ever bought? Or have you ever gone shopping and found something unexpected? These types of questions keep the conversation fresh and entertaining.
For our listeners, sharing experiences is a wonderful way to connect with others. It adds a personal touch to your small talk while helping you practice your storytelling skills.
Absolutely. It's a great way to bond over shared experiences and keep the conversation flowing.
How about talking about local farmers markets? A good opener could be, have you ever visited a farmers market in your area? This is a topic that often sparks curiosity because farmers markets offer unique shopping experience.
Yes, that's an excellent idea. Farmers markets are growing in popularity, especially with people looking for fresh and locally sourced products. You could follow up by asking, what do you usually buy at a farmer's market?
Exactly, I would say something like, I really enjoy visiting farmers markets. The fresh fruits and vegetables just seem more vibrant, and I feel like I'm contributing to the community. Sharing personal feelings like this makes small talk feel more genuine. You could also ask questions like, what's your favorite thing to buy at a farmer's market? Or have you ever tried something new or unique from one? It keeps the conversation light but still engaging.
That's a great approach. You could also dive into more practical aspects, like, do you find shopping at farmers markets to be more expensive than grocery stores? Or how often do you go to a farmer's market? These types of questions encourage further discussion and help you discover how others manage their grocery shopping.
And it's a fun topic for English learners, too. They can talk about their own experiences or even compare markets in different countries. For our listeners, talking about farmers markets is a fantastic way to practice small talk, and it's something a lot of people are passionate about.
Definitely. Plus, farmers markets are often tied to community and local culture, so it's a rich topic for conversation. It allows you to connect over shared values while also practicing English.
Let's switch gears and talk about food for special occasions. You could ask something like, do you plan special meals for holidays or events? It's an easy way to start a conversation about celebrations, which everyone enjoys.
Yes, that's a great idea. People love talking about their favorite dishes and family traditions. You could follow up with, what kind of food do you typically prepare for holidays?
Exactly. For example, I might share, in my family, we always make a big roast for Christmas dinner, or I enjoy baking cookies during the holidays with my kids. These personal touches make the conversation warmer and more relatable. You could also ask, what's your favorite holiday dish? Or do you enjoy cooking for large gatherings? It's a great way to keep the conversation flowing.
That's true. You can also get into more detailed topics, like, do you have any tips for preparing meals for a large group? Or what's the most challenging dish you've made for a special occasion? These questions offer room for people to share their experiences and even give advice, which can lead to a longer conversation.
For our listeners, discussing food for special occasions is a fantastic way to build your small talk skills. It's a topic that most people can relate to, and it offers a chance to share stories and traditions while practicing your English.
And it also helps you understand different cultural practices around food. Conversations like this not only improve your language skills, but also broaden your perspective.
Another practical and useful topic is meal planning and shopping lists. You could start by asking, do you plan your meals for the week before you go grocery shopping? This is something that many people do, and it can easily spark a conversation about daily routines.
That's a good one. Meal planning is an everyday activity for many, and it's relatable for anyone who cooks regularly. You could ask follow-up questions like, how do you decide what to cook each week? Or do you use any apps or tools for meal planning? These are great conversation starters, and they might even lead to sharing tips or strategies.
Exactly. You could also share your experience. Like, I usually plan meals based on what's on sale at the grocery store. Or I try to cook in bulk so I have leftovers for the next day. It makes the conversation more engaging because you're offering a bit of insight into your own routine.
Yes, and you can also ask, what's the most challenging part of meal planning for you? Or do you find it easier to plan meals for the whole week or just a few days? These questions encourage the other person to reflect on their own habits and preferences, which keeps the conversation interesting.
For our listeners, discussing meal planning and grocery shopping is not only a great way to practice English, but also an opportunity to exchange practical advice. It's a very useful and everyday topic that can lead to a lot of valuable tips.
Absolutely. Plus, it's a perfect topic for small talk as it's something that everyone deals with regularly. It's an easy way to connect with others while practicing language skills.
Another great topic for small talk is discussing favorite grocery stores. You could ask, do you have a favorite grocery store that you always go to?
That's a simple but effective conversation starter. Most people have a go-to grocery store, and they might even have reasons why they prefer one over another. You could follow up with questions like, what do you like most about shopping there? Or do you think their prices are better compared to other stores?
Exactly. You could share something like, I always go to the store that's closest to my house, but I love shopping at the farmer's market on weekends for fresh produce. Sharing your habits can make the conversation feel more personal.
That's a good approach. You can also ask, what's the best time to shop at your favorite store? Or do you prefer smaller stores or bigger supermarkets? These types of questions help to keep the conversation going by inviting the other person to share their preferences.
For our listeners, talking about grocery stores is another everyday topic that's easy to discuss and keeps the conversation light. It's a perfect way to build your small talk skills, especially when you're meeting someone new.
Absolutely. It's a topic everyone can relate to, and it's a great way to practice conversational English in a natural, everyday setting.
Sharing tips about grocery shopping is another practical and fun topic. You could ask, do you have any tips for saving money while grocery shopping?
Yes, that's always a useful conversation starter. People love sharing their little tricks, and you might even learn something new. You could ask follow-up questions like, do you use coupons or take advantage of discounts? Or what's your strategy for staying within budget?
Exactly. You could also share your own tips, like, I always make a shopping list and stick to it. Or I buy in bulk to save money on non-perishable items. That makes the conversation practical and helpful.
That's true. You can also ask, do you prefer shopping weekly or bi-weekly to save money? Or what's the best deal you've ever found while grocery shopping? These questions not only help keep the conversation going, but also provide valuable insights.
For our listeners, talking about grocery shopping tips is a great way to practice small talk while learning something new. It's a topic that's easy to discuss and offers a lot of room for sharing practical advice. Thomas, today's conversation has been so insightful. We've covered everything from grocery store preferences to meal planning and even farmers markets. It's amazing how much you can talk about when it comes to something as simple as grocery shopping.
Absolutely, Jennifer. And it just goes to show how small talk can be interesting and engaging when you know how to approach it. It's all about being curious and open to sharing experiences.
To our listeners, remember that small talk is an excellent way to practice your English speaking and listening skills. Whether you're talking about food, shopping, or anything else, the key is to keep the conversation flowing.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. So don't be afraid to start a conversation, whether it's at the grocery store or anywhere else.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you've learned some useful tips for making small talk about grocery shopping. See you next time for more engaging conversations.
Take care, everyone, and happy shopping.